Hello, my friend. My name is Ariel. Today, I want to share something that could completely change the way you speak English. This is not another grammar lesson. It's not about learning more and more vocabulary. It's not about reading long textbooks or memorizing hundreds of rules. This is about something most English learners have never been told. The real reason you still struggle to speak clearly, even though you already know so many words. Think about it. Have you ever had this experience? You are in a conversation. You know what you want to say. The sentence is ready in your mind. You open your mouth, but the words don't come out the way you imagined. Maybe they sound unclear. Maybe they get stuck. Maybe you say them too softly. And then the other person asks you to repeat. Or worse, they don't understand at all. It's frustrating, right? You think, I need to study more. You try to learn new words. You read more. You listen more. But the problem stays. Why? Because the problem is not in your brain. The problem is in your mouth. Here's the truth. Most English learners train their brain, but they forget to train their mouth. They learn the rules. They understand the meaning of words. But their lips, tongue, and jaw are not used to moving in the English way. So when it's time to speak, everything feels slow, heavy, and unnatural. It's like learning to play guitar. You can read music. You can understand how the notes work. But if you never train your fingers to move on the strings, you can't actually play. Your mind knows the song, but your hands don't. Speaking English is the same. Your mind might know the sentence, but your mouth doesn't know how to produce it clearly and smoothly. And here's something important. Speaking clearly is not a gift. You are not born with it. It's a skill, and skills can be trained. Just like athletes train their bodies, you can train your mouth to speak English with clarity, strength, and confidence. You don't need to be born in an English-speaking country. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need perfect grammar. What you need is daily mouth training. English is not only in your mind, it lives in your lips, your tongue, your jaw, and your breath. These are the tools you use to speak. If you want to be clear, easy to understand English, these tools need to work together. Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually practiced moving your mouth in English? Not just thinking about English, but physically practicing the movements, the shapes, the sounds. For most learners, the answer is almost never. They spend hours studying with their eyes and ears, but almost no time training their mouth. That's why, even after years of study, they still feel nervous in real conversations. Their brain says, I know this, but their mouth says, I'm not ready. But here's the good news. You can change that, and it doesn't have to take years. If you start training your mouth daily, even for 10 to 15 minutes, you will notice a difference in just a few weeks. People will stop asking you to repeat. You will feel more confident. You will enjoy speaking instead of fearing it. Think about a professional actor or singer. Before every performance, they don't just read their lines or lyrics. They warm up their mouth. They practice opening their lips wide, moving their tongue quickly, controlling their breath. Why? Because they know that clear sound comes from a ready mouth. You can do the same, and you don't need a stage to do it. You can practice anywhere, in your room, in the bathroom, in front of a mirror, even while walking. Today I'm going to share 6 powerful techniques that will train your mouth for English. These are not complicated. You don't need special equipment. You don't need a teacher in the room. You can start today, right after watching this video. And if you use them every day, you will notice changes that you never thought were possible. But before we start, I want you to understand one thing. This is not magic. You cannot do these exercises once and expect to speak perfectly. Speaking clearly is like growing a plant. If you water it once, nothing happens. But if you water it every day, it grows strong. Your mouth is the same. The more you train it, the more natural, clear speech becomes. At first, you might feel strange. You might laugh at yourself in the mirror. You might think, "This is silly." But that's exactly how all great speakers start. Even professional presenters practice mouth exercises before they go on stage. They don't just wake up and speak perfectly. They prepare, and you should too. In the next chapters, I will guide you step by step. You'll learn how to use a mirror to improve your lip movement, how to repeat sentences until your mouth remembers them automatically, how to practice even in complete silence, how to prepare for real-life conversations with role play, how to train your reading voice, and how to use recording to spot and fix mistakes. By the end, you'll not only know what to do, you'll know how to do it every single day. And if you follow this, you will start to notice something beautiful. Speaking English will feel easier, smoother, and more natural. People will understand you the first time, and you will finally feel that freedom to express yourself without fear. So, let's get started. Your journey to clear, confident English begins now. Chapter 1. Mirror Talk. The first technique is called mirror talk. It's one of the simplest ways to improve your speaking clarity, and one of the most powerful. Here's why it works. When you speak in front of a mirror, you don't just hear your voice, you see it. You can see how wide you open your mouth, how your lips move, how your jaw works, and even if you're finishing your words properly. Most learners never notice these things, but when you see them, you can start to fix them. Think about it. If you say the word market, but you close your lips too soon and forget the last to sound, you will see it in the mirror. If you say bus, but your mouth is almost closed on the S, you will notice. That's the magic of mirror talk. It turns you into your own speaking coach. How to start. 1. Stand in front of a mirror where you can clearly see your mouth and face. 2. Look at yourself as if you are looking at another person. 3. Start with a short self-introduction. For example, "Hi, my name is Ariel. I live in your city. I am learning English to speak more clearly." 4. Say it slowly. Watch your lips. Notice where your mouth feels tight or lazy. 5. Then say it again, a little faster but still clear. 6. Finally, say it with energy, like you're introducing yourself to someone important. Do this for 5 minutes a day. Why slow is important. When you speak slowly at first, you give your mouth time to shape each sound correctly. This is not how you will speak forever, but in the beginning, slow speech is like training wheels on a bicycle. It keeps you balanced until your mouth gets stronger. What to talk about? At first, you can keep it simple. Your name, your city, your reason for learning English. But as you get comfortable, add more topics. Here are some ideas. Describe what you see in the room around you. Talk about what you did yesterday. Say what you plan to do tomorrow. Describe your favorite food in detail. Pretend you are answering someone's question. For example, look in the mirror and say, "Yesterday I went to the market. I bought some apples, bananas, and bread. The weather was sunny and warm. I walked home and made a big salad for lunch." You're not just practicing vocabulary. You're training your lips, tongue, and jaw to work smoothly together. Focus on clarity, not grammar. When you practice mirror talk, don't worry if your grammar is perfect. This is not grammar practice. This is mouth practice. Your goal is to make every word easy to understand. A helpful trick. Overpronounce your words when practicing. Open your mouth more than usual. Make the sounds bigger. For example, instead of saying market quickly, stretch it, market. Instead of saying bus softly, make the S sound longer, buses. This will feel strange at first, but when you go back to normal speaking speed, the clarity will still be there. Why Mirror Talk works so well? It gives you instant feedback. You can see if your lips are too small, if your jaw is too tight, or if your mouth is not opening enough. It also builds confidence because you're looking at yourself while speaking, just like making eye contact with someone in a real conversation. A 5-minute daily routine. Minute 1. Simple introduction, slow speed. Minute 2. Same introduction, normal speed. Minute 3. Add a short story about your day. Minute 4. Describe something around you in detail. Minute 5. Pretend you are answering a question from a friend. If you do this every day, you will notice something amazing. Your words will start to feel lighter and easier to say. You will hear yourself sounding clearer. And when you speak to real people, your mouth will already know what to do. Mirror talk is simple. You can start right now. You don't need a partner. You don't need a classroom. You only need yourself, a mirror, and a few minutes a day. And if you stay consistent, this one habit can change your English forever. Chapter 2. Sentence looping. The second technique is called sentence looping. It's a simple but powerful way to train your mouth, your ears, and your brain to work together in English. So, what is sentence looping? It means choosing one short sentence and repeating it several times in a row, not like a robot, but with different speeds, different emotions, and different emphasis each time. This is how you teach your mouth to say the sentence smoothly without thinking too much about it. Why it works. When you repeat a sentence many times, your brain starts to store it as a chunk. You stop building it word by word, and instead, you speak it as one unit. This makes your English sound more natural and less like reading from a textbook. Think about the sentence, I'm going to the market. The first time you say it, you might focus on each word separately. The second time, it feels a bit easier. By the 5th time, you say it without hesitation. By the 10th time, it comes out naturally, almost like a reflex. That's the magic of looping. How to start. 1. Pick a short, useful sentence. Examples. I'm learning English every day. Can you help me with this? It's a beautiful day outside. 2. Say the sentence slowly the first time, making sure every sound is clear. 3. Repeat it at a medium speed. 4. Repeat it at a faster natural speed. 5. Change your tone. Say it happily, sadly, angrily, excitedly. 6. Imagine different situations where you might use it. This process makes your mouth flexible and ready for real-life conversations. Example practice session. Let's take the sentence, I need a cup of coffee. Round 1, slow. I need a cup of coffee. Overpronounce each word. Round 2, medium. I need a cup of coffee. Smooth and clear. Round 3, fast. I need a cup of coffee. Natural speaking speed. Round 4, emotions. Happy. I need a cup of coffee. Tired. I need a cup of coffee. Surprised. I need a cup of coffee. See how each round trains something different. You're not only practicing pronunciation, You're also training your voice to match feelings, which is a big part of natural communication. How many sentences should you loop? Start with just 1 or 2 sentences a day. Loop each one for about 1 to 2 minutes. That might feel repetitive, but that's the point. Repetition is the mother of fluency. Why short sentences are better at first. Long sentences can make you lose focus and energy. Short ones are easier to repeat many times. And once you master short sentences, you can connect them into longer ones later. A fun way to level up. After looping your sentence 5 to 10 times, try adding one new word each time. For example, I need a cup of coffee. I really need a cup of coffee. I really need a hot cup of coffee. I really need a hot cup of coffee right now. This way, you're not just practicing pronunciation, you're building vocabulary and sentence structure at the same time. Tips for success. Stand up while looping. It helps your voice sound stronger. Use your hands to add natural gestures. Record yourself and listen. You'll notice mistakes you didn't hear while speaking. Always finish your sounds. If there's a T at the end, make it clear. A quick 3-minute looping routine. Minute 1. Slow speed, overpronounce each word. Minute 2. Medium speed, natural mouth movement. Minute 3. Fast emotional variations. Do this every day with different sentences, and you'll start noticing something incredible. In real conversations, those same sentences will roll off your tongue without effort. Sentence looping is like lifting weights for your speaking muscles. At first, it might feel heavy and repetitive, but the more you do it, the stronger and faster you get. And just like with exercise, the results stay with you for a long time. Chapter 3, Shadowing. Shadowing is one of the most famous and most effective techniques for improving your spoken English. It's used by language learners all over the world, and even professional interpreters use it to train their listening and speaking skills. So, what exactly is shadowing? It's when you listen to a native speaker and speak at the same time as them, almost like you're their shadow, copying every word, sound, and intonation without delay. You don't wait until they finish the sentence. You speak along with them, trying to match their voice as closely as possible. Think of it like singing along to your favorite song. You don't wait for the singer to finish. You sing together. Shadowing works the same way, but instead of singing, you're speaking in English. Why shadowing works so well? It trains your mouth and brain to work at the speed of real English. It forces you to listen carefully to every sound. It improves your pronunciation and rhythm naturally without having to think about grammar. It helps you absorb native patterns of speech. How to start shadowing. 1. Choose short audio clips. This could be from a podcast, a YouTube video, or even a movie scene. At the start, pick something less than 1 minute long. 2. Listen once without speaking. Just focus on understanding the rhythm and tone. 3. Listen again and start shadowing. Speak exactly when the speaker speaks, not after. 4. Don't stop for mistakes. If you miss a word, just keep going. The goal is to keep pace, not to be perfect at first. 5. Repeat the same clip 3 to 5 times. Each time, you'll sound more and more like the original. Example practice. Let's say you take a clip from a travel video. Today, we're going to explore the beautiful city of Paris. On the first round, you might struggle to match every word. On the second round, your timing gets better. By the 5th round, your voice and the speaker's voice almost move together like one. A simple 5-step shadowing routine. 1. Pick a clip under 60 seconds. 2. Listen once without speaking. 3. Shadow the clip 3 times in a row. 4. Record your shadowing on the last try. 5. Listen to the recording and compare it to the original. Tips to make shadowing more effective. Stand while practicing. It helps your breathing and voice projection. Use headphones. This keeps the sound clear and close to your ears. Focus on the melody of the sentence. English has a musical rhythm. Shadowing helps you copy it. Don't worry about full understanding at first. Even if you don't know every word, your mouth is still learning the movements. Different shadowing styles. 1. Exact shadowing. Match every single word and sound. 2. Paraphrase shadowing. Speak almost at the same time, but change small words if needed. 3. Silent shadowing. Move your mouth without voice, focusing on mouth shapes. Why short clips are better at the start. If the audio is too long, your brain will get tired and you'll lose sync. Short clips give you more control and let you repeat easily. Once you're comfortable, you can shadow longer speeches or even full conversations. How shadowing changes your speaking. After a few weeks, you'll notice that your mouth reacts faster in conversations. Words will come out automatically because your brain has practiced producing them in real time. It's like building a muscle memory for English, just like a dancer remembers their steps without thinking. Common mistakes to avoid. Trying to shadow content that's too difficult. This can be discouraging. Pausing every time you don't understand a word, keep going. Choosing speakers who talk unnaturally slow. Real English is usually faster, and that's what you need to get used to. The beauty of shadowing is that it's flexible. You can do it with news clips, audiobooks, movies, or even your favorite songs. You can practice while walking, cooking, or sitting in the park. All you need is your voice and a recording. Shadowing might feel challenging in the first few days, but once your brain adapts, it becomes an exciting game, a race to keep up with the native speaker. And every time you win that race, your English becomes faster, smoother, and more confident. Chapter 4. Thinking in English. One of the biggest challenges for English learners is translating in their head. You hear a question in English, you translate it into your own language, think of the answer, then translate it back into English before speaking. It works, but it's slow. And in real conversations, slow means awkward. The real solution is to think directly in English. It's like switching your brain into English mode, so the words come naturally without stopping to translate. When you think in English, conversations feel smoother. You respond faster. Your grammar improves without conscious effort. And most importantly, you start sounding more natural. But how do you train your brain to think in English? It doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill you build step by step. Let's break it down. Step 1. Start with small thoughts. In your daily life, pick simple things to think about in English. If you see a cup of tea, say in your mind, "This tea is hot." If you're walking outside, think, "It's windy today." At first, keep these sentences short. Your brain is learning to switch languages without pressure. Step 2. Narrate your actions. As you do daily tasks, describe them in English either in your mind or out loud. For example, "I'm brushing my teeth. I'm cooking rice. I'm sending a message to my friend." It may feel strange, but this is powerful because you're connecting English directly to actions, not translations. Step 3. Ask yourself questions in English instead of thinking, "Where are my keys?" In your native language, think it in English. Where are my keys? The more questions you ask yourself in English, the more naturally your brain will start using it as your default language for thinking. Step 4. Use mental conversations. Imagine you're talking to someone in English even if they're not there. You can have a mini dialogue in your head. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. What about you? This might sound silly, but it's actually like practicing without a partner. You're giving your brain a chance to speak without needing a real person. Step 5. Change your environment to English. The more English you see and hear around you, the more it becomes part of your thinking. Change your phone's language to English. Follow English pages on social media. Label objects in your house with English words. Every small exposure trains your brain to use English as the first option. The no translation rule. When you hear a word you don't know, don't immediately translate it into your own language. Instead, connect it to an image, example, or feeling. For example, if you hear apple, think of the fruit's taste and color, not the word in your native language. Why does this work? Brains are faster when we connect words directly to meaning rather than to another language. By cutting out the translation step, you save time, sound more fluent, and reduce mistakes. Common challenges and how to overcome them. You get stuck on a word. Skip it and keep going. You can look it up later. You feel slow. Remember, thinking in English is a skill. It speeds up with practice. You switch back to your language without noticing. This is normal at first. Just notice it and return to English. Thinking in English is like building a muscle. At first, it feels weak and unnatural. But if you keep using it every day, it becomes stronger until it's your brain's natural way of working. The more you practice, the less you will translate. And one day you'll realize you're not speaking English anymore, you're just speaking. Chapter 5. Talking to yourself. If you want to improve your English speaking skills but don't have a partner to practice with, there's one simple method that works wonders. Talking to yourself. Yes, it may feel a little strange at first. You might even think, people will think I'm crazy. But trust me, many successful English learners have done this. And it works because you can practice anytime, anywhere. Why it works. When you talk to yourself in English, you're forcing your brain to form sentences quickly. You practice pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary all at the same time. And the best part? There's zero pressure. No one is listening. So you can make mistakes freely and correct yourself without feeling embarrassed. Step 1. Start small. Begin with short, simple sentences about what you are doing. For example, I'm opening the window. I'm making tea. I'm looking for my shoes. Say them out loud if you can, or in your head if you're in public. The goal is to connect actions with English words instantly. Step 2. Describe your day. When you have a few minutes alone, describe your day in English. For example, today I woke up late. I had toast for breakfast. Then I took the bus to work. It was raining, so I got a little wet. This builds your ability to speak about past events, which is useful for conversations. Step 3. Ask and answer your own questions. You can create mini dialogues with yourself. Example, what should I cook for dinner? Maybe pasta. No, I think I'll make rice. By asking and answering, you prepare for real conversations because you're practicing both sides. Step 4. Use the mirror method. Stand in front of a mirror and speak to yourself as if you are talking to another person. Look into your own eyes and practice introducing yourself, telling a story, or explaining something. The mirror helps you become comfortable with your own voice and improves your body language too. Step 5. Imagine different situations. Pretend you are in a cafe, at an airport, in a shop, or meeting a friend. Talk to yourself as if you are in that situation. Excuse me, could I have a coffee, please? Where is the train station? Hi, it's nice to see you again. This prepares you for real-life moments so you don't freeze when they actually happen. Step 6. Correct yourself as you speak. If you say something wrong, don't stop completely, just fix it. For example, he goes to school every day. This small habit will make your grammar more accurate over time. Extra tip: record yourself. Sometimes we don't notice our mistakes until we hear ourselves. Use your phone to record a 1-minute talk about anything: your day, your plans, your opinion on a movie. Then listen to it and notice where you can improve. Overcoming the awkward feeling. Yes, at first it might feel funny to talk to yourself, but remember, no one needs to know. You can do it while walking alone, cooking, cleaning, or driving. Over time, it will feel completely natural and you'll start to enjoy it. Talking to yourself is not just practice. It's training your brain to be ready anytime someone speaks to you in English. It builds confidence, fluency, and speed. So don't wait for a partner. Your best conversation partner is already with you. It's you. Chapter 6. Daily English Immersion. One of the most powerful ways to improve your English quickly is to surround yourself with the language as much as possible. This method is called immersion, and it works because your brain starts to see English not as a subject you study, but as a natural part of your daily life. The more you hear, read, and think in English, the faster you improve. The good news is, you don't have to travel to another country to do it. You can create an English world right where you are. Immersion starts with sound. From the moment you wake up, fill your environment with English audio. You can play English radio, podcasts, audiobooks, or even YouTube videos while getting ready in the morning. You don't have to understand every word at first. Your ears are learning the rhythm, tone, and patterns of the language. Over time, these sounds become familiar, and your brain starts to recognize words and phrases automatically. It's just like how a child learns their first language, by hearing it all the time. The next step is to make English the main language of your entertainment. Instead of watching movies and TV shows in your native language, watch them in English. If you're a beginner, you can start with subtitles in your language, then switch to English subtitles, and eventually try without subtitles at all. Choose content you enjoy: comedies, dramas, cooking shows, travel vlogs, anything that keeps you interested. When you enjoy what you're watching, you pay more attention and remember more. Reading is another key part of immersion. You can read English news articles, short stories, or even social media posts. Start with simple materials, like children's books or graded readers, then slowly move to more complex texts. Reading not only improves your vocabulary, but also helps you understand sentence structures and grammar naturally without memorizing endless rules. A simple habit is to read at least one English paragraph every day, no matter how busy you are. Writing in English is also a form of immersion, and it's easier than you think. You can keep a small notebook or use your phone to write short notes about your day, your plans, or your thoughts, all in English. You don't have to write long essays. Just a few sentences daily will keep your writing skills active. You can even post short updates on social media in English to make the process more fun and interactive. Another powerful trick is to change your phone and computer settings to English. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it forces you to see and use English words every time you use your devices. Over time, you will learn common technology and everyday terms without even trying. You can also subscribe to English language newsletters, join online forums, or follow English-speaking influencers so that your news feed is filled with English content every day. Immersion also means thinking in English. This is where the real magic happens. Instead of translating from your native language, in your head, try to form thoughts directly in English. At first, it will be slow, but the more you practice, the faster it becomes. You can start by describing what you see around you in English or planning your next activity in your head using English sentences. This habit reduces hesitation when you speak because your brain is already prepared in English. The secret to daily immersion is consistency. You don't need to study for hours every day. Instead, surround yourself with English in short bursts throughout the day. A podcast in the morning, an English YouTube video during lunch, a quick news article in the afternoon, and a TV show in the evening. By doing this, you're training your brain to think, understand, and respond in English naturally. When you make English a natural part of your daily routine, improvement stops feeling like work. It becomes a lifestyle, and the progress feels almost automatic. That's the true power of daily immersion. Your English grows while you live your life. Final message. Learning English is not just about memorizing words or passing exams. It's about opening doors to a bigger world. It's about connecting with people from different cultures, sharing your ideas confidently, and understanding more of what the world has to offer. Every new word you learn, every sentence you practice, is a small step toward a brighter and more connected future. Your journey may feel slow at times, but remember that progress is built through patience and consistency. Even on days when you feel stuck, you are still moving forward. Think about how far you have already come. There was a time when you didn't know a single English word, but now you can understand, speak, and express yourself more than before. That is proof that you can go even further. The key is not to give up when it feels difficult. Every skill worth having takes effort and time. Just like learning to ride a bicycle or play a musical instrument, your first tries may be awkward, but with regular practice, it becomes natural. It's also important to enjoy the process. If you treat English like a heavy burden, it will feel harder. But if you approach it with curiosity and excitement, you'll learn faster and have more fun along the way. Watch movies you love, read stories that inspire you, listen to music that makes you feel something. Let English become a part of your life, not just a subject you study. When you find joy in learning, your motivation will never run out. Most importantly, believe in yourself. Many learners think they are bad at languages or too old to learn. These are just excuses that block your progress. The truth is, anyone can learn English at any age, as long as they are willing to try, fail, and try again. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to be better than you were yesterday. Every mistake you make is proof that you are learning and growing. So, keep going. Speak even if you make errors. Listen even if you don't understand everything. Read even if it's slow. Step by step, you will see your English become stronger, clearer, and more confident. This is your journey, and you have everything you need to succeed.